everybody. Welcome to Don't Make Me Come Back There. We are a funny podcast about family. My name is Dustin Nickerson. I'm a stand-up comedian and the host. Oh, gosh. Got to calm my own heart down there. Got a little too hyped up.
Belly breath.
Of the aforementioned podcast, and alongside me in our state-of-the-art recording studio in downtown La Mesa above Public Square Coffee is my lovely wife and co-host, Melissa Nickerson, dressed as a 90s Nick Jr. character today.
Is that female blues clues over here?
I know.
Here to,
I love it.
Here
I
to,
love it.
Here to teach us our vowels. And it looks,
Hand-washing is important.
and it looks really good on you. I'm not gonna lie. Is my lovely wife Melissa Nickerson, and with us, of course, is Andy, our producer. Great to see everybody.
Downtown.
Okay, people don't want this, and they don't know that it's a callback to us being silly before. But we're in here. We got a lot to get to.
We do.
Today is Halloween. If you're going to hell, today's Halloween. But if not, it's just the fall festival at your church.
That's right.
Just it's not related.
Just a harvest.
It's not related to
Harvest
Halloween.
moon.
It just happens to be costume and candy based. But when you're hearing this is November. We've moved on.
That's right.
So we got a weekend recap to do. We
October's
want to
in
talk
the
about
past.
we got a lot of comedy to talk to about Nate doing SNL. We saw Leanne Morgan. I got a Stranger Danger. We want to talk about trying to get teens to commit to something. We're going to talk about how we're in the thick of 2 seasons here. Maybe some middle-aged birthdays. We got some emails. We got a bingo dingo of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a lot going on.
You had a birthday? Yeah.
I had a birthday.
You did.
We're gonna get into all that. Before
Okay.
we do any of that, though, let's let's talk. We got some upcoming dates, and it is November now, so
We got to update that website.
you guys got to start buying tickets. Not that you aren't already. There's some places that are buying tickets already, but you get what I mean. So only one here in November, and that's November 25th. Angel of the Winds Casino in Arlington, Washington. Surprised by that date? So am I. We all are. Everything that I say every time I say that, they're like Arlington, Washington, a casino, and the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Yes. But
yes.
3 wrongs make a right, is what I told my agent.
And I guess there's
Just kidding. I booked that myself. I don't have an agent.
apparently there's a billboard. I've heard rumors.
In northern Washington from Seattle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's there's multiple. I saw them.
You did?
Yeah,
you didn't tell me.
I tried to get a video, but it was stunningly, it was dark and rainy in the Northwest.
Shocked.
And we didn't get a good shot of it. So,
well, anyway.
yeah, I'll be there for that. And then in December, 1st and 2nd, Phoenix, 3rd, Las Vegas, 7th through 9th, Cleveland, 10th, Liberty, Ohio, 13th, Columbus, 14th through 16th, Pittsburgh, 17th, Buffalo, 29th through 30th, and 31st, actually, and Indy. And then we're into January. That's Brooklyn, KC, St. Louis, Philly. February is Portland, D.C., and Grand Rapids. March is Spokane. And Seattle, we added a show because the first one sold out. Thank you, Seattle.
Woo.
Much appreciated in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we'll see what happens. I don't know. There's some stuff happening. There's some stuff happening in our little world here that, you may or may not care about. I think you're going to care about, but I don't know. I don't know you. But also what thing I do know about you. That was a terrible.
Okay.
One thing that I do know about a lot of you is you've been leaving reviews, and thank you so much for that.
Thank you for those. Yes.
Like this one right here is from the Chris Wood. 5 stars, the best podcast. I don't stop laughing, and since I really do love the podcast, I'm leaving a review like Dustin told us to. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep leaving reviews, or I will judge you, and so will Jesus.
All right.
He said that if you loved me, you would review me. Right?
Yeah.
That's
More or less.
That's in
More or
the
Second Revelation.
that's in the TT NV, the NTTV, the new TikTok version of the Bible. I don't know. That's
TikTok Bible.
I'm making this up as I go. This is not a script.
Amazing.
All right, let's do a little weekend recap. I mean, either you two can review Irvine. You were there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dustin performed in Irvine. It was fantastic.
We did good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hot couple of nights. October 27th, 28th at the mall. Early shows only, baby. It's so you got it. I tell you, Dustin Nickerson crowd is an early crowd at the mall.
So burby. So
so
nice.
If you've never been to the Irvine Spectrum, it is the mall of malls.
It's the Disneyland mall. It's like
it's Disneyland's number one competitor in Orange County.
Is that real?
That's true. That's their.
He did Disneyland.
When
training.
I did the Disneyland customer service training years ago, they said we don't.
He got paid to go
because they don't. I'm very friendly. I've lived up to that in my life. You know.
Absolutely.
Because they wanted me to institute this new customer service thing in my old day job, and I was very good at it. And and I gleaned some things. I came up with a whole system about giving a hand, a heart, and a smile. It was very good. It was not bad at all. I mean, I just make this stuff up. I'm a genius. But they said because Disneyland does higher numbers than Knott's, Universal, SeaWorld, and Legoland combined.
Yeah.
So they don't even view that
Believe it.
as a competition. What they view is the competition is the
No.
local. No, I mean, because you're not close to
kidding.
a beach in Irvine. You're
right.
You're a hall, you know.
Yep.
I mean, when you're at the Irvine Spectrum, how far is the nearest beach?
Oh, you're 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But it's the same with Anaheim.
It's a different world.
The thing is, it's the same proximity to the same tourism.
Right.
That's
exactly.
why you could validate them being competitors for sure.
Right. And they said,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they compete with locals is the mall.
Yeah.
Because the mall, they're like, do I get Disneyland season passes? Or do we just go to that mall a few times a year?
Well,
that's who they're competing with, a local choosing on a Friday night.
Interesting.
The mall or Disneyland.
Inland life in Orange County.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys want to go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Or the Spectrum.
And that's the funny thing. When when you're in Irvine and when you're at the Spectrum and stuff there, it doesn't even, you couldn't feel further from a beach.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like you're in stinking Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought of some deserty town.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
It's
a maze. I lost you guys a couple times.
Yeah. Great Pokemon there. I had a lot of fun playing Pokemon Go.
Claire tried to get Wetzel's again.
Listen,
of course she did.
Yeah.
Of course she did.
It smells so good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
she walked by and she's just like, Mom, I just love Wetzel's, right?
Yeah.
And then she was very mad we didn't go to Hello Kitty Cafe, but I'm like, guys, you have to go. You have to have standards. You can't go to the Hello Kitty Cafe every time. It's not special if you always go. But again, the Pokemon is great. And if you guys ever want to add me on Pokemon Go, just email dontmakemecomebackthere@gmail.com. I'll give you our trainer number. I will. I mean, just between I can't put it on Instagram. I can't get carried away. But there's some backseaters who we play a little Pokemon with. Anyways,
Awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy mall
so
life,
fun.
but they all that's where these improvs they build in malls, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Milwaukee's in a mall. This one's in a mall. Like the Raleigh's in a mall. They're in malls.
Down the street from the Brea Mall.
Yes,
almost
100%.
Yep.
100%. So, but you guys truly, I mean, we sold very well on short notice, staggeringly well. We were happy. The club was happy. Everyone was happy. Mel was jazzed. Mel left Saturday night where we went and we did the show. The kids came up. We were all in.
I brought the kids up Saturday.
Yeah, I brought the kids up Saturday, and then we went out with you and your wife, and then some randos. And that's what I call friends of friends when they were at one of the shows. Couple of randos, and Mel was just like feeling the energy of the post show and the good sales, and they gave us a sales bonus, and you were just loving it.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a great night.
She got to go to Yard House.
I just dying to go to Yard House.
I love Yard House. I will never accept Yard House slander.
Yeah,
it's something a little bit of everything.
Really is.
Yeah.
And where else can you get a meter of beer?
Yeah.
And a big selection.
Yeah.
Massive
selection.
So we ended up.
The
funniest thing is that we ended up there the next night. Too, with our kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we didn't pay the night before because you were.
It's the only restaurant without a wait. In Irvine Spectrum.
We were like, I wanted to go to ramen. I want to go to Silver Lake Ramen. And then they're like, it'll be 6 hours.
Yes. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Because we have 8 tables. And you're like, great.
Well, and we we brought the kids up. We saw a family movie, and so they had like candy and popcorn, but like we were just hungry.
Yeah.
And they were like not really hungry, and so that's how Yard House becomes the perfect place.
You know, that can happen. Yeah. We're almost kind of getting into mall season where you do sometimes do a long day at the mall, and you're like, I need a meal. And that's when I walked in. We walked in, and we had our various little bags and whatever, and the server was like, hey, you guys,
you did some
long
shopping?
day at the mall, you need something to eat. You're like, I'm starving. And I mean, I could have, I almost robbed Wetzel's. I could afford Wetzel's, but I almost was like, I could eat 9 of those. Like I want them to take the mini pretzel wrap dog and make a full one, and I would eat 9 of those.
Well, I think the thing is, as an adult, you like understand like a sit down meal after a theme park day or like a mall day. Whereas when you're a child, you're just like, I'll just literally survive off pretzels.
Right.
Like I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I don't need to sit.
Yeah.
I
go and pass out.
And we're like, we have to drive home. We have to drive 2 cars home. We're tired.
We need some sustenance.
Like we're sitting down.
Yeah.
You know, and
all the good energy that Mel had on Saturday, it was gone by Sunday.
Oh, I was so tired.
A different woman walked into Yard House the next night.
And we were debating letting our teenage son drive the second car home.
I wasn't.
Because he does drive on freeways and at night. And it was pitch black. I don't know if you know that drive, Andy, but like,
of course he does.
If you go to, of course you do. But if you go to Disneyland and then you have to drive 90 minutes home, or I don't know for you how long it would be.
It doesn't have to be Disneyland. It's anywhere in Orange County.
And if you're going from Orange County to San Diego,
going LA,
and you're cutting through Pendleton, it is pitch black.
It's pitch black.
And because you're just you in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's
tanks and helicopters.
Yes. It's the scariest drive.
It's very dark. And I try to explain that to my son and the kids. Like, no, like Dad and I like need a coffee or we're going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, and
maybe on purpose.
But there's been times when you've done stuff in LA and then gone on a plane. And I'm like, no problem. And then I have to drive home in the dark.
Yeah, you've dropped me at LAX 2 or 3 times after we've been up there. Like, that was our last, like...
That's rough.
If you want to know the ups and downs sexiness of Hollywood and our life, there is the last cordon we did. We went up the night before. It was great. We stayed at a great hotel. It was super fun. We were going to the show. It's incredible. We have a great dinner.
But you're
amazing.
Call time's like 4.
Yeah, and then you drop me off at the airport and you drive home.
So it's like energy is so high and then just like at 0.
You went
for that drive home.
You in 4 hours. You went from hanging out with Kevin Bacon to a dark drive home in a minivan.
And they got that like mid-Mediterranean food or something.
It was like, Mexican, but yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, like.
Yeah. And wasn't I going to Europe? No, Europe was the other one.
I think that was just like a long run that you were
highs and lows, baby. Highs and lows. But
so that's. As the adult, you're planning ahead.
Yes.
And you're like, no. Yeah. I have to get you all home. School's in the morning. Like, we have no food.
Yeah.
You know, everything's dirty. The cats threw up on everything. Like, it's Sunday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whew.
And that's where Yard House just hit.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you everyone that came out on Friday and Saturday in Irvine. It was a comedy-filled weekend for us. We saw Leanne Morgan at the Balboa here in San Diego on Thursday. So funny. Karen Mills open, very funny. Leanne's so great. I've told people before. That was my favorite special of the year, and her new hour is already so good, and she's been doing this for decades, and you know,
her fans are hilarious.
Yes.
I got like booty bumped.
Mel, you've tried to tell this story 4 times, and no one cares about this story.
It was funny to me.
I know.
It was funny to me, and that's fine.
I just can't let this story...
Let's just move on.
I just can't let this story bomb again.
I haven't like been booty bumped that hard by someone in a while.
It was
unintentional. Hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Because if it had happened to you, you would have thought it was funny too.
No,
it's
Mel,
fine.
I'm in airports every day of the week. I sit in aisle seats. I have butts in my face constantly. The aisle seat is just the choice of like butts.
I totally get that. I didn't see it coming.
I know.
It was a surprise.
It's just Mel. This story bombed in front
fine.
of Leanne post show.
Dude, no.
And she just was
dude.
like,
Uh-uh.
To me, the funnier
Nope.
part about this is how you keep trying to tell this story.
That can be your piece of the funny. It was hilarious. I got like moved by this woman, and I will not let go of it. I got rattled.
Yeah, it really shook you up. Really.
It was funny, but that's okay.
It's all right.
That, Balboa, those seats are old. It's an old
It's
theater.
an old theater.
And we were like, is there like water?
Yeah, there's fountain.
Live fountains in the corners of the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Interesting.
Oh, just some consistent white noise in an acoustic room.
I was like, could they hear this during my set? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It was a great time.
it was nice. It was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I got recognized a couple times. If you show up to a San Diego event, a San Diego comedy event, and a couple people don't recognize you, you're like, well, I guess I'm nobody in this industry. This is the city I live in, at a venue I've performed at in front of an audience that likes clean comedy. This is pretty narrowed down.
Yeah.
But anyways, Leanne's great. Thanks for having us, Leanne. It was super fun to talk to you. Meet your daughter, Tess. It was a good time. We had a good time.
Fantastic.
And then Nate Bargatze hosted Saturday Night Live on Saturday.
Yes.
I believe it was Saturday.
It was
Yes.
Saturday.
I believe it was Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Live.
Yeah.
It was very funny. It was great. It was such a. SNL was, I don't want to say why I got into comedy, but my like original love for comedy came from Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dana Carvey will forever be the funniest person alive to me.
Yes.
And has been since I was a kid. I mean, my first email address was choppingbroccoli@juno.com.
Mhm.
Like we're big fan. So seeing. Like, I'm friends with Michael Longfellow, who's on the show, and then, like, I kind of knew Chris Redd and Melissa Villaseñor, who were on the show, like, loose associates. And Michael is, like, I know fairly well, but he's not, like, a super close friend. But Nate is, like, I mean, I've hung out with Nate a ton.
So
He's,
much.
like, a mentor
Yeah.
and, like, a friend to me.
Mhm.
So to see him walk out, it didn't feel real until he walked out, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
Because you know the set, and then there's Nate.
Of course
Yeah.
you know the set. If you don't know if you don't like, I know there were some people who were like surprised he was doing the show, like, and I get that.
And that was his joke. It was a great joke.
Well, also people who are maybe surprised who like don't watch SNL because it's like too liberal or whatever. But comedians don't say no to that show.
Yeah,
FYI,
you can't.
yeah.
there's no
Well, I guess you could, but
You could.
You shouldn't.
like look who like Peyton Manning hosted that show
Yeah.
multiple times. I think like the like giant Taylor Swift's on that show. Like Kim Kardashian hosted that show. Like the people
If they call you, you do not say no.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that they're like, I can't believe that they're like like a conservative person would do it. Donald Trump hosted that show. FYI. Like, the presidents go on that show. Like I don't know what to. So anyways, it's and that's fine. I can understand. You don't have to agree with their politics and stuff. But Nate was incredible, and Nate had the monologue was great.
Yes.
And I'm glad he chose the jokes that he did, like, because that's a part of his new hour that's really, really funny. But the two sketches that really got us were the George Washington one, which was very funny, and then yours favorite was
Lake Beach.
You were like crying laughing.
Yeah,
at Lake
it
Beach.
just got better and better
It might
with
have-
all the examples. Yeah,
I mean,
it's so funny.
It reminded me of some Nickerson family reunions.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Anyways, congrats to Nate. It was so good.
Yeah.
I'm sure people liked the episode too, and it felt very Nate.
Well, that's what somebody said. It's in the greatest hits, or like it
In,
was
like the wheelhouse, or
of SNL.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
What do you mean?
No, I mean like it's a good episode
It's a
as
very
far
good
as
episode,
SNL is concerned.
Oh yeah.
It's a very
Well, and
good
I think that
episode.
George Washington one was like kind of like an instant classic, where you're
That's
like, oh,
that's what you said.
yeah,
Instant classic.
instant classic,
Yeah.
like one of the
Mhm.
ones that like, okay, this is gonna kind of be in the SNL zeitgeist,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's usually like a few of those a season. I mean, every once in a while, one like breaks through, like a David Pumpkins or whatever, and you're like, well, that's the biggest thing. And that became absolutely in the comedy zeitgeist, or just people wear that as the Halloween costumes, you know.
Yeah.
But
Daniel S.
Pumpkins, yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
I can't
ongoing.
remember that one.
You don't remember that?
It's Tom Hanks.
Nah.
You got to go back.
Oh, I had to go back. I've probably seen it. I just
We have
thought
to go back.
it's not triggering. Yeah.
You
It's
would,
fun.
If
It's
you
fun.
had
I'm
seen
sure
it,
I
you'd
have.
know it.
I'm sure I have.
immediately,
You probably like had a baby that day.
That's true.
Probably.
Speaking of which, do you need to go check on your kid?
We're 21 minutes.
Yeah,
in.
maybe I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever Andy's back, I'll start dancing again. Hey, buddy. Good
Sunny.
to see you again.
Hey, good to see you. Sunny was out there asking for your email so she can get you on Pokemon Go.
Ooh.
She's out there.
Yeah?
Well, she's listening
She's
in.
out there catching.
in
Yeah,
li-
she? Yeah, it's a good
live time.
area. Downtown La Mesa,
Yeah.
My email is choppingbroccoli@juno.com. I never got rid of it. Okay, we got to get to some things here. We're going to save that stranger danger for another week because
Great.
we got a lot of
We
stuff.
got a lot of episodes coming up.
We got a lot. I mean, we have the same. We actually have less episodes
It's a
coming up, but we
joke.
have to record. I'm just filling in the details. Now,
Great.
next week, we have to do 2 in a couple weeks on one day. No, we have to do 3.
Yes.
So, save
That
that.
was the joke.
Save
Okay.
that booty bump story.
Oh my gosh. Fine.
For one of the 3. You know what? We'll do a full episode. Mel
Okay.
gets booty bump.
Mel's booty bump. Then she wants to talk about it.
Really give you some room to work on that material.
You gotta punch that story up.
Okay.
You gotta.
I'll workshop it.
Yeah. You gotta come up with a.
Gotta get that setup right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
That's-
I do think the setup is the issue. You're like, where were you when you got hit? Who hit you? Why does it
Okay.
matter that you got hit? You got
Okay.
3. No. Don't work on it now.
Thank you,
Tighten
literary agent.
Tighten this up.
How do you have
An arc.
a beginning, a middle, and an end?
All right. Today's November 1st. You guys,
Yes.
we are in the thick of 2 seasons right now. Holiday season
Mhm.
and cold and flu season.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Everyone I have ever met is sick right now,
Mm-hmm.
or sick adjacent,
We're about to be sick. They
or
don't know
about
it.
to exactly.
Getting better from sickness and going to start
Yeah.
a new sickness.
Yeah,
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the holidays are just propaganda to distract you from the fact that you're sick
And it's dark.
and it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lingering cough around.
Are going through so many tissues
Mm-hmm.
and meds.
Everything
and
is dry and irritated in our
tea
house.
and
All the skin.
elderberry. Yeah.
Yeah,
None of it's helping.
none of it's
Yeah.
helping.
We're just sick.
But we're trying.
Yep.
But one thing that might help you, I wanted to talk about because this was an article that went out right now.
Okay.
Andy, did you see this? This was an article that was in Today, actually. Some experts have said that people who put up their decorations earlier tend to be happier and friendlier.
For which
Let me
holiday?
reset that up. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I'm going to reset it. This was an article in Today.com that said some experts have said that people who put up their holiday decorations earlier tend to be happier and friendlier.
Maybe that's just because they're like well intentioned in that they planned ahead. They're organized.
So you're saying it's not about that the action makes you happier, it's that you're just already a happy person?
You're just on top of it.
Well, according
you
to
know?
this, several psychologists saying that Christmas decorating spikes dopamine, the feel-good hormone.
Yeah.
They said the colors and lights act as, and you will appreciate this, chromotherapy, which is
Color.
color therapy.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think it's just reality denial. Just living one holiday to the next.
Yeah,
If you stay out of reality, I'm sure you're just fine.
I'll tell you this.
Red
yeah.
and green.
I mean, anything will make me happier than looking at my house.
Well, dark winter,
Yeah,
you know? It's just dark. You have to be inside. It's cold. It's raining.
I don't think this is a bit of a. I think this is in the same way that when you put on like comfy clothes, you feel nicer. Like your house.
Like, studies show that if you wear sweats in the evening,
Yeah.
you'll be happier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Study shows if you're hungry and you eat, you're happier.
Oh my gosh, I'm less hungry now.
We just turned the heat on
Yeah.
yesterday. Woo.
I mean, talk about a San Diego flex. It's November, and we're like, we turned our heat on for the first time in months. Forgot. It is a big thing when you turn your heater on for the first time of the year that you're like, I hope it doesn't smell weird.
Haven't changed that filter in 4 years.
Yeah. Mel changes the filter. Mel changes it more than she needs to.
Every 3 months.
Mel's got like a...
No, but we have 2 cats.
Yeah.
It gets nasty.
Oh, yeah, you gotta.
It gets nasty.
You gotta.
I used to teach fitness classes, and every year there was this elderly student of mine that would tell me how she hadn't turned her heat on yet. She'd be like, I haven't even turned my heat on yet. And that was like all November. She would tell me how she hadn't turned her heat on yet.
You should.
And eventually I was like, yeah, turning your heat on is wonderful.
Yeah.
So you don't wake up freezing.
Yeah, she'd come in full parka.
I haven't turned my heat on yet.
Oh, you're really saving money.
Be a little concerned about your internal body temperature.
Yeah.
You should get that checked out.
Like, are you okay financially? Because you're a little old to be penny pinching like this. I mean, your skin is getting thinner by the day.
I mean, she just every year she would tell me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, great. All right.
So this begs the question, though, is, Mel, when do you want to put the Christmas decorations up?
When you're at that Thanksgiving gig.
Oh, on the 25th?
I do like to get them up by the end of November.
Yeah. Well, you noticed
just to kind of like utilize.
Well, you noticed it already had started feeling good in the stores.
Well, so what happened was last night I had some last minute Halloween crafting to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed an X-Acto knife. And I went to Michael's and they had all the Christmas stuff up.
Yeah.
And then I go and buy a 70% off Halloween wreath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, this is why I don't go in these crafting stores.
Oh, yeah. I feel like crafting stores in bargain places start holidays like months in advance.
I don't know why they tear them down. I don't know why Michael's ever tore Christmas down.
Yeah, like what's the point?
Yeah.
I know,
have a
but
Christmas section.
Just make that coin. You're going to sell it all year.
It's so fun when they put it up.
It's great.
It does boost your mood. You're like,
yeah.
Yay.
We decorated Halloween like October 1st. Like
Nice.
we were up like first in the neighborhood.
And you showed us.
That was the first time year ever. I was like, oh. And I did feel better.
Yeah.
I did feel kind of all year looking at our stuff.
Because every time you walk in the month of October, and I didn't. We had a bin in our living room for 2 weeks, and I just couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
And then finally, I just resolved to only put up a little bit. And I think that's because we have a new pet, and we were like, had situations to deal with. I just had stuff to deal with.
You also have a traveling husband. Like your partner in setup is gone.
I just felt so much better to like be like, this is how much Halloween we're decorating this year, and the rest is going away, so I don't have to look at it and be reminded that I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So we have 2 birthdays at the end of October, and the girls had fall break. You know what it was? I was decorating the girls' rooms all October.
Right.
And kind of remodeling and stuff.
Side
note, our daughter already broke a piece of IKEA
yeah.
furniture.
I can't get into that.
We got her 2 weeks ago.
I say,
so
just you want to make it easy. Here's a hack: just put a Santa hat on all your skeletons.
Nightwear before Christmas.
Yeah, Nightwear before Christmas.
Nightwear. You put the skeletons in
it's a little robe you wear on
jammies.
Christmas Eve. Ooh, Nightwear before Christmas.
This is what I'm here for, Dustin.
It is a bit of a pet. Mel and I try not to correct people when they mispronounce a word because we don't like that. But Nightwear before Christmas is very fun, very good. It's a very accidental, silly one, and it's got your nose all crunched up. But I like the crunched up nose.
I think that idea is a pretty good transition between Halloween and Christmas. Just, keep things up through Thanksgiving, throw some Santa hats on it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, it's so great. And then you can slightly roll into more of the jolly,
And for January, put them on make them look active, like they're doing New Year's resolutions.
They're in sweatsuits.
Yeah, this is my new hack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my new hack. Here we go. Yeah.
Trying to lose some bone density this year.
Can't stay this thin on my own. Yeah, no, this is
rail thin.
Yeah, this is my new holiday decoration hack. Keep the skeletons up all year. Piece of cake.
One and done.
One and done.
That's great. It's kind of like the new flamingos. you know?
Oh, yeah.
Put some skeletons out there and
Yeah.
just dress those guys up all year. That's a great idea.
Did you
It
guys
is
ever-
kind of
The summer
disappointing.
vibes says everything about the sun.
Did you guys ever, what were we going to say, Mel? You go.
It's just disappointing after Halloween because then you're like, here's some leaves for Thanksgiving.
I mean, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Obviously, we're fine to skip Thanksgiving altogether.
Thanksgiving is a low tier holiday. Bad decorations. The foods aren't very good. It's the middle child. It's a total middle child. You ever look
Yeah,
at like a
you
big
kinda forget
family with
about it.
like 4
Yeah.
really cool kids and then there's like one forgettable middle one? That's Thanksgiving.
As a token middle child.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanksgiving is the NPC, the non-playable character of holidays. It just kind of like exists.
It
like
just
a,
is.
It looks like a Sims character, just like it's very bland. It's dry. It's as dry as the white meat. It's
The only thing you can...
the white meat on a turkey is symbolic of
the holiday.
Thanksgiving.
The only thing you can do is get excited about Christmas decor and shopping
Yeah,
the night
Yeah.
of Thanksgiving.
it exists
Yeah.
to warm you
Black
up.
Friday.
Yeah, no, Thanksgiving is just Christmas foreplay. It's
You're right.
With the turkey.
yeah, yeah.
I present you with a feast.
Yeah. You're a little dry. Let's bring in Christmas to get you going here. Thanksgiving sucks. Thanksgiving, I don't dislike it, but I don't know.
You're supposed to be thankful before you spend a lot of money
I
for
don't.
Christmas.
No, I just don't. I don't. It doesn't do it for me. Thanksgiving is the only holiday that they had to add football to.
That's true.
No one needed to spice up Christmas
Or Halloween.
or Halloween
They stand
or
alone.
the 4th of July.
Mhm.
They all agree to take sports off because they're standalone
Yeah.
good holidays.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, they're like, Thanksgiving's PR was
Please
like,
turn the
"We
TV on."
need something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. Like, just,
Thanksgiving. Football does save Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving has not, how should I say this? One thing working against Thanksgiving is the demise of the nuclear family.
Yeah.
We're so thankful.
You're like, yeah, looking around, I don't feel great about, I don't feel super thankful.
Maybe we rebrand it Friendsgiving
Yes,
Just-
truly.
on the calendar.
Yeah.
The American calendar.
I don't get it with Thanksgiving. I mean, I like that it happens. I like the week off. But no one
Yeah.
anymore is like, hey, let's eat a food that makes us tired and see people that make us sad.
And tired.
Thanksgiving and tired. Yeah. Thanksgiving. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving. November 25th, Angel of the Winds Casino. If you're in the Seattle, Vancouver area, you need to get away from your family. I'm your man. Hey, also, it's the darkest, wettest, coldest time of year.
Thanksgiving in Washington State.
Yeah, it's dark.
It is so dark and rainy. So dark. Like 3 p.m. dark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you just drive in the rain to wherever you need to
Yeah.
go.
All right, everybody. We got a couple more things to get to. And then we got a couple emails to do.
Okay.
And then we got to do a Bingo Dingo review. First off, let's do the Bingo Dingo and then let's do some emails. All right?
All right.
So, our family went and saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
We sure did.
Five Nights at Freddy's. If you are in Five Nights at Freddy's culture, you're in it deep. And it is, I think about FNAF, as they call it, Five Nights at Freddy's, I think about them as an example of subculture all the time.
So
like,
much. Yes.
Because if you have kids that ever got into it,
If you have kids that ever were allowed to watch YouTube.
yes. Or play that video game, or they just landed at the right time and the right ages because
Dan TDM talked a lot about it.
yeah, there are YouTube channels with millions and millions of subscribers and views that are dedicated solely to this. They have Spotify streams with millions and millions of streams that are just songs based on
This video
game series.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it
So
is
our older kids were totally into it, but we didn't own the game.
Yes.
They watched YouTubers play the game.
Well, they're fun characters.
And talk about the game.
They're very
and that's
fun,
what we come back to.
yeah.
Like the storyline and the characters are it's very smart. It's very well done. And so we had the minifigures. We knew all about FNAF, but we didn't own the game.
Yeah.
And then our little one got into it.
Yeah.
And we let her get the game.
Because she's the youngest.
And by that time,
Joel,
we were like, it's not that scary.
Our
It's
poor-
a horror game.
our poor oldest son. I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for him. He did it the other day where he's like, man, you really just caved and gave Gloria a phone a lot earlier than us. I was like, well, she was really upset and crying. He's like, I cried for 3 years.
She has that late fall birthday.
Yeah, and you're like, you were technically the same age. And he's like, I got bullied all the time. And I was
I know.
like, yeah, but it's harder being a girl than a boy. Like,
Well,
I feel so bad.
our poor son had a watch in 7th grade
That-
that would go off all the
yeah.
time. It was a bad watch.
It was bad.
And he would still send emojis to text to us.
Yeah.
Man.
I feel bad for him. He is a sweet kid.
And 7th and 8th grade are just so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And our daughter's an 8th grader. So she got a phone.
She got a phone. Yeah. Anyways, Claire got one too. No, I'm just kidding. So, anyways,
FNAF.
Claire got the game, and so we've gotten a little more into it. And
We've been reading books.
yes,
like
Claire
a whole
Claire's in
series.
deep. So she's played the game, and they watched like the lore,
What's the
like
lore?
all the
Yeah.
background. And
Mhm.
it was they got a movie. So I don't have to convince you that it's mainstream culture. There's a movie, like a theatrical release of a movie.
Yeah.
So
And we watched all the trailers and how they made it. And then suddenly we got into it too.
And well, the cool thing about this movie is that Jim Henson's people made all the puppets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And-
cool. See, I'll
and
watch
they're-
it just for that.
They look
Like,
And
yeah,
they're
I'm completely unfamiliarized
funny.
with any of this, but that one note will make me
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are funny.
Yeah.
You will laugh at the puppets.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
very. It's very well.
So
They look so good. They look so good. And
It's Chuck E. Cheese, but it's not.
the premise
know?
of FNAF is, there's a Chuck E.
Animatronics.
Cheese that closed. These animatronics get possessed, and they're evil, and they're
And
they're trying to kill you.
And so there's jump scares. People do die.
It's a very light horror movie,
Mm-hmm.
but
I mean, Claire's like, covering her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, she's almost 10.
But when you kind of have an
Um,
affinity for the characters, you kind of like, you don't root for them necessarily, but you don't like, the characters are not scary looking. Like when
That's
you
the
go
whole
and see
thing.
The Nun
Yeah.
or The Ring,
Mm-hmm.
like that's a scary looking character. But these characters are kind of cute. And they're like, oh, Jim Henson's people made those. Those are really nice.
And so it's got,
Look
maybe
at 'em-
like-
look at them eat that girl in half.
it's kind of like Stranger Things. Like they were big in the 80s. And so
Yeah.
there's like some retro kind of nostalgia to it. It's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We all enjoyed the movie. All
Well,
5 of us.
It has a classic thing where they made it for the fans. So the
Mhm.
critics' Rotten Tomatoes is like 22%.
Really.
And the fans is like 90.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're like, we love it. And you know what? Make stuff for your fans. Just you can't, very few things are beloved by the masses and critically acclaimed. Very few things.
Well, and we were talking to kids in the theater who that was their second time seeing
yeah,
it.
people were cosplaying. It was the whole
Halloween
thing.
weekend, and they had already gone Thursday or Friday night, and they're back on Sunday.
If you're making things, first and foremost, you have to love it, and then make it for
The
your fans. Make
Yeah.
it for the people that
Mhm.
love the work that you do.
Yeah.
That's what I always say, and just hoping one day a critic will actually review my work. Oh, to get a critic. Oh, these bad reviews are kind of. How'd you get reviews? I'm just throwing this thing out here anonymously, hoping for anybody to see it. So I think as a movie going experience for our family in particular, it was a 5 out of 5. But if you got young kids and you're like looking at it, you're like, there's the common sense review and stuff. Do a little
Yeah.
research.
I would say it's like
I mean, it was less traumatic than the most recent Guardians.
I was gonna say it's like a superhero violence level,
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I just watched Disney Haunted Mansion with Claire.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch that with you guys. Thanks for letting me be included.
Well, Halloween has come and gone.
Well, you didn't even bring it up.
Well, we went to an outdoor movie night. But it's haunted. There's ghosts, so it's like Harry Potter kind of violence. Anyway.
Yeah.
Someone getting booty bumped. Sorry.
You did not. You did not. You did not. You're never going to. If I don't tell booty bump stories, then I don't say the Nightwear before Christmas. And that's why I'm here. I'm not here to be polished. And
you're a great addition. I love you. Not addition. We're doing this together. Me and you, girlfriend. All right.
That's who I am.
Let's do a couple of emails and then get out of here. Anyways, if you want to see FNAF, go see it. We got 3 emails. Ready?
Just a little train toot.
Just little email transition to emails. Here comes the email train.
All aboard!
We're going to brand our email with like a train. What's that? The emails are coming.
Sorry, I lost you guys. I just started thinking. Yeah. All I started thinking about was dinosaur train.
And I was thinking about Thomas the Train and Alec Baldwin.
Dude. Kids love trains. Kids and certain adults love trains.
They wear the little conductor hats. I could be a train adult.
I agree.
I just like full pinstripes.
No, I agree.
I like miniatures.
Yeah. No,
scenes.
I agree. I have reached an age where I kind of start to get train guy.
I get
train guy now.
Just set up some tables.
Yeah. You're like
next thing you know, your whole garage has been converted into the Christmas.
Like, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
No, I get
plexiglass at the edge.
Toys.
You can only look in.
Yeah.
You can't go touch
the steam's coming up.
100%. Yeah. You're like, I have this.
Do not.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is my little world right here.
Little miniature land. What is it? Alec Baldwin in no, that's not. He did. He had that scene, that miniature scene.
Oh, in Beetlejuice.
In Beetlejuice.
Yeah. All right, let's do a couple emails here. Speaking of trains. All right, this email is from Lorraine.
Hey, Lorraine.
Love this podcast. I look forward to listening to it every Wednesday. I recently saw Dustin at the Mountain. Unique little venue. Where else can you get a tattoo and watch a comedian in the same place? Loved it. Thanks, Lorraine. Did I read that one already? I might have.
No.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got another email right here. This one is from Jessica. It's my sister.
Jessica.
Just kidding. Animal and DIY. This one says here, ready? Hey, Melissa and Dustin. If I could be any animal, I'd be a bird. Specifically, a robin. I could fly around and get fed pretty well, and when folks finish up yard work, and get fed pretty well when folks finish up yard work and mowing the lawn. That's probably something about birds and what they eat, but I don't know what birds eat. So
leaves. Leaves.
Melissa,
clippings.
Yeah. And Melissa, I love your outlook and DIY Halloween costumes. A couple of years ago, my daughter wanted to be a glow-in-the-dark Kit Kat. Check out my creation below. Isn't that unbelievable?
That's amazing. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Yeah. That's way better than anything you've ever done.
It's fantastic.
That's great. It's really good. You've done a lot of good
Get ready for tonight.
Waiting for tonight.
Whoa.
You will be here in my arms.
The electric
Kit Kat
is fantastic. Wow.
Last email.
I'm not saying anything else.
Yeah. All right, this email is breaking news. Uber teens. This is from Julia. Hey, Dustin and Melissa. In the past,
Julia.
y'all have jokingly talked about Uber for kids. Well, today, while on the clock, I was scrolling Pinterest, and all of a sudden, I see an ad for Uber teens. I literally did a double take, and as soon as I realized it was real, I thought I'd have to send y'all an email. I'd love your thoughts on this. Bad advice only. Love the pod, Julia, Dallas, Texas. P.S. If I was an animal, I would be a snow leopard. My only reason is because they are cool. LOL. Also, minimal predators. So let me look this up here. So that is true. There is Uber for teens now.
Really?
Really. Between
Okay.
school, practice, the mall, and friends, your teen has places they need to be.
Late night.
And so
Past
do
curfew.
you. With a teen account, they'll have the freedom to request their own rides and orders to their own meals, all under your supervision. Plus, with life safety features and real-time updates, you can follow along from pickup to drop-off.
With your credit card.
Yeah. So now that there's Teen Uber, do they have, you know how like,
Is that like 13 and up? Is that what we're thinking here?
yeah,
It
it's, I
says
think
teen.
it's 14 and up. 14
Okay.
up. They have Uber just
So our
for
daughter
specific
just
for
turned
teens
14.
now. Mm-hmm.
So she can go to that Halloween party tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, because she has a ride.
Just a stranger.
Just there and back on Halloween.
You know how they have when you take an Uber, you can do like silent ride
Mm-hmm.
or talkative ride. For the teen one, if you get into your Uber smelling high, you can put it on snitch or no snitch driver.
The driver high or the teen high?
The teen.
Oh, okay.
Teen.
Drivers. What?
Narc or no narc?
Yeah.
Sorry, I get it.
Narc or no? What else would they have in teen?
Munchie Run?
Yeah, what else do they have in Teen Driver? Do they have specifically big cup holders for your Stanleys? Do you, what else?
I don't know my home address. I don't have keys to said home once you drop me there.
Once you
Open up!
Step ladders for hopping fences.
In the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first problem with Teen Uber is I don't understand addresses. I just hit my location. I called the Uber and then I walked 8 blocks away to get a burrito.
Yeah, where are
So
they?
just follow the pin.
My order's almost ready and then we can leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a 15-minute
Yeah.
front and back
My
window.
phone's
to
at
leave the
1%.
original
My
location.
phone's
My phone's at
1%.
1%. So I won't be able to pay you for this ride.
Yeah.
I don't have I only have Apple Pay.
Yeah. How do
It's
they?
on my dead phone.
Yeah. They the way they
Yeah.
when they screen the drivers, they do a background check and do you look creepy? They have a no mustache policy. They you don't give them a star rating, you give them a vibes check.
You have to be a grandma in a vest.
Yeah.
That's how you can be an
Yeah,
Uber driver
yeah.
for teens.
It was good vibes only.
It's a good vibe, mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rating system.
The teen Uber, you get in the car and immediately just hand them the aux.
Do you guys have Bluetooth? Can we stop for Starbucks?
Yes. Teen Uber, you have to get them a frozen acai tea from Starbucks. You're going to lose money in this endeavor. Yeah. They're going to be
And then you have to go pick up all their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen Uber, you're going to they're going to be on their phone the whole time and then you're going to get there and then they go, "Wait, this isn't my house."
Oh, this isn't where we needed to go.
Yeah, I forgot my backpack.
And my water bottle.
Yeah.
And my phone. And we need to pick up my
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
Teen Uber, sponsored by Axe Body Spray.
I don't know if anyone's going to make money off of this. Lose. I don't even want to go to my practice. I hate my coach.
Teen Uber, they'll eat in the car.
It's my coach's fault.
All right, fun episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, folks, want to give a special shout out to our As Essential as Oils patrons. Ooh, that's $25 up a month. That's a big money right there. What you get is you get a special shout out on this podcast at the end right now. So, first up,
April Griffiths.
Adam Bush,
Allison Nelson.
Bonnie Galindo,
Carrie Teague.
Caroline Crimmins,
Code to Grow.
Courtney Eibling,
Damaris Diaz-Stevens.
Dan and Chelsea Morell,
Daniel Owens.
David and Melissa Cox,
Dave Hoagland.
Isaac Teron,
Jason White.
Jennifer Ashley Downs,
Jessica Handurand,
Joshua and Nikki Platt,
Jordan Lara,
Jordan Cowan,
Juliana Smith,
Lori Amos,
Matt and Sam Slosdom,
Nathan and Jennifer Merritt,
Nicole Caros,
Rachel Wilson,
Rachel Kennedy,
Robert and Nellie Capin,
Stephen Menya,
and Tiffany Payne. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Bam, 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 bam.